Greetings, programs. My name is Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to Defender of the Crown, The Legend Returns. So I played this medieval strategy game back on NES when I was young, and I didn't really know what to do because I was very little when I played it. We used to rent it at the local video store, but I still loved it. I was really into Castles and Knights growing up, and it just scratched an itch. I remember the tournament mode where you're sitting there like swinging a morning star at another knight with a shield. And I also played a lot of Robin Hood Defender of the Crown on PlayStation 2. Now, this game recently came out, and it has 3 different modes to play. So it's got Retro mode, which is the OG game, which is awesome. Classic mode, which is the original game improved and expanded. And then a roguelike kingdom mode that has like card-based and dice-based combat. It's actually very interesting. I enjoy that a lot. It's like more like a traditional board game. But we're going to go ahead and play classic mode here and just see what happens. Get a new game started. Now you get to choose between 4 different Saxon lords. Now all of them have their own strengths and weaknesses represented by 3 attributes. So leadership is how well you lead armies, jousting is how good you are in tournaments, and swordplay is kind of self-explanatory. So we got Geoffrey Longsword here, and as befit to his last name, he is very good at swordplay and not good at anything else. You got Wilfred of Ivanhoe. He is a jack-of-all-trades, master of none. You got Cedric of Rotherwood, who is good at leading armies, okay at jousting, not really good at swordplay. Nice mullet, though. And then you've got Wulfric the Wild, who doesn't want to lead armies and seems to be all about that jousting life. All right? So we're going to go ahead and play as Wilfred. I like that smile that he has.
In the year of our Lord, 1149, when the king returned from the Holy Land, and the kingdom rejoiced.
Yay!
He united 6 great warriors who had led him to victory over the infidels, granting his heroes power, wealth, and vast dominions.
They seem happy about it.
Many years have passed in peace, until disastrous news shakes the land.
The Fire Nation
An
attacks.
assassin took the king's life. The kingdom is in chaos. Worse still, the crown itself has disappeared, and there is no heir to the throne. Normans and Saxons are preparing armies. Each side accuses the other of killing the king and stealing the crown. One of the knights, a noble Saxon, turns his horse toward the Sherwood Forest.
I love how uninterested all the characters look no matter what they're doing. Sherwood Forest. You visit your friend Robin of Locksley. And we're having a conference here with Kevin Costner. Many years have passed since you served with Robin and his men, but your bud is too old to bear the task of restoring peace to the land. So Robin's your bud. He believes the fate of England is now in your hands. You need to raise an army and reunite the fractured kingdom. Robin pledges his aid 3 times, for he knows the struggle ahead is both complex and menacing. Ooh, we are right at the very top. Okay, so we've got these 3 kingdoms here. We've got the light blue, we've got purple, and we've got dark blue. So these are the Saxon lord holdings. So you get chosen to randomly be in one of these castles. And then the 3 castles down below, the orange, red, and green, those are the Norman lords. So if you're able to defeat all 3 Norman lords, you win. And as far as the Saxon lords goes, there's a fragile peace between them. So they're not going to attack you unless you attack them first, or the first Norman lord is defeated. Then it's every man for himself. We also have Sherwood Forest right up here, so we can go ahead and ask Robin for help if we absolutely need to. And right now, it's just kind of a mad grab for power. So we have some options to hold a tournament, to build an army, and to transfer forces. So we've got 10 troops right now at our home base, and we're going to go ahead and transfer forces first. And I find it actually is really helpful to have a campaign army with just 1 soldier at the beginning, because they can run around and start claiming territory. So you lose the game when your home castle is taken, and of course you win the game if you conquer everything or at least defeat the 3 Norman lords. So let's go ahead and march our lone troop over here. Now, one of the disadvantages of being up here at the very top is, unfortunately, your friends, your allies of convenience, tend to take everything else, which means you're kind of stuck up there unless you want to start attacking the Saxon lords first. They don't really give you any options. So we will take this land. Nope, and we're already having fighting going on. Now, you also may notice that we have numbers here next to the lands that we've conquered. That means that there are troops available. I guess we did some conscription. So let's go ahead and transfer them to the campaign army. That also means that anyone can just walk up there and take it, but you don't have to worry about it. The advantage of being up here is that the home castle is very well protected. We're gonna go into Wales here, since Cedric here decided not to. We will go ahead and take these 16. So we have 35 troops right now. And we also get tax revenue from all of these lands. So we've got 33 gold right now. Okay, the good news is we actually have some Norman land we can attack. And we're going to go ahead and build an army. So there's different unit types. We've got soldiers here, which are kind of the nitty-gritty. We've got knights, which are very formidable. And then catapults. Catapults are super important because they allow us to actually siege enemy castles. So we're going to use our coin here. And you only really need one catapult, I found. And you can also build additional castles and empty lands for some additional defense. But, yeah, let's go ahead and do... Yeah, we'll spend all of our gold. Can't take it with you. This will be very interesting to see. Now, we're going to transfer... I'm taking a little bit of a risk right now because I actually have no one in the home castle now. We are defenseless. But we do have a buffer. And we've got 16 more troops we can grab. Love that. So let's deal with Edmund the Grim. You engage the campaign army. So his army was right here. He's got 17 soldiers. We're going to overwhelm him, but he's got a leadership of 4. So he does do a little bit of damage to us, even with a small army. Alright, Lord Edmund has fallen. Excellent. Now, what I think we're going to do, we could go ahead and deal with Edmund right there. We're not going to. We're going to charge down... Oh, by the way, when you take the home castle from one of the enemy lords, you gain all the territory they have under their control. And we still have a fragile peace. And they left no one there. That's awesome. The land that we just conquered, though, got retaken, as you can see. But that doesn't matter because that is about to be ours. So we can raid the castle, which is kind of its own unique minigame, but we need to take it, so let's do a siege. So we have a mighty catapult here. I'm sad that it's not a trebuchet, which is a superior siege weapon. But there are cracks in the walls, and you need to try and bring down the castle by pulling back on the catapult and in just the right spot to hit that weakness and crumble part of the wall. Then you can throw down some Greek fire or plague to actually weaken. And check that out, there's only one enemy garrison, so there's one lone troop here. So let's try... 1, 2... You can hear that clicking, and that kind of gives you a hint. So I hit right at the 6. So a little bit higher. There we go. And now let's try 3. Ooh, almost. Well, that's okay. As long as we have a little bit, we can go ahead and start throwing the special. And we actually killed the lone soldier. Throw disease. It's kind of overkill at this point, but let's try and burn out the disease before we walk in. Cool. Alright, we won the territory, so now all of that territory is now ours to control. And we have a lot of money. But now let's go ahead and... As you can see, Cedric is now hostile to us, so it is on. We can basically attack any of these 3. Now, there's only one land here. I figure the one that has the most land has the biggest army and the more tax money to build. So we're going to attack Wulfric, as all gives us a little bit more of a buffer to our home castle. How our army can move that fast, I couldn't really tell you. It's video game logic. I'm going to say that's a 5. A little bit higher than 5. I noticed when you're going... There we go. Aha! Sometimes it's exactly on the click, and then sometimes they throw that to mess with you. So, 1, 2, 3. I'll try 4. There we are. That's what I wanted. How many troops? I didn't even notice. Oh, they're done. Everyone has basically thrown all of their troops into their campaign armies. And then you can get caught with your pants down. And you have the ability to skip all this and storm the castle, but, I mean, catapult. Why would you not? Cool. Ooh. And a Saxon lady has been kidnapped. Anne of Lancashire has been kidnapped and is being held at Norfolk. Reward promises to grant you her hand and the joining of your 2 kingdoms should you successfully rescue her. So let's go. So this is that raiding minigame I was telling you about. Oh. So you've got an attack. As you can see here, you've got a stab, and you've got a parry. That if you time it correctly, you can actually stun them. But you can be stunned too if you're just attacking to attack. Like so. And I believe how good these guys, the binkies are here, the guards, are based on the sword play of the lord that you're raiding. And here doesn't seem to be that much of a problem, but it's also another thing is because of the fact that we have Wilfred of Ivanhoe who has a 2 in everything, you're at least competitive, you know what I mean? And there's the lady that we're trying to rescue there in the bed. Oh, okay, we got stunned there. Normally when they have their sword up like this, you can just swing. There we are. Here, I'll stab. Oop. That was dumb of me. Aha! I stab back at you. The greatest treasure. At first, the room appears to be empty, and your heart fills with disappointment. As you turn to leave, a soft voice calls out from a dark corner of the chamber. She's here. Together you escape and begin the journey home. Ah, and look at Anne there. At Wilfred's side. You can definitely see why he has that big smile now. Okay. So now, I feel we should... And check this out, because we went ahead and rescued her, Lancashire, which was actually controlled by Cedric here, is now ours. So we gained our buffer zone back without even having to fight. Let's go ahead and deal with Philip here and take all of this land. So that would just leave Edmund the Grim and Cedric to deal with. We still have 62. 62 troops. And, oh lord, there's a garrison of 60 here. So they have actually had time to dig in and prepare. So we need to hope that we're able to get some special weapons. 5. There we go. Oh, that was a good shot. It all seems to be the same. Like if it's like if it's like one number and a little bit more, it's like that across the board. Here's some nice Greek fire for y'all. That lowered them by 4 troops. A little bit of disease. Now they're at 41. And now it's time for the battle. 33. Cool. So now we're going to go ahead and bombard. Actually, we have different attacks that you can see, different strategies. And they've got a catapult too. And he has a higher leadership, so he is doing some damage to us, but we're overwhelming him. There we go. Lord Philip has fallen. Gimme. Oh. Oh, I had 2 troops. I had 2 troops. Lord Edmund crushed my army. Well, we also know his campaign army is absolutely just nonsensical. Now, I think what we're going to do here is that if we go ahead and take Buckingham and deal with Edmund, the game is pretty much over, because that's the last Norman lord to defeat. However, I do want to clear the entire map just because I'm a completionist like that, and I think it'll be very nice and pleasing to see all of this light blue. Nice little Tron glowy blue. So let's go ahead and attack Cedric. No hard feelings, you know, it's just business. How many troops do you have? 26. So we have 5. A little bit higher than 5. Oops. Well, that's not nice. There we are. And we're gonna have to... Oh, we got it. Sometimes you can miss the shots with the fire and the plague, and it's unfortunate. And 15, and finally some plague for good measure. You can hear them just very subtly, like, ugh! And we'll do ferocious attack. Just charge them. Whittle them down. Sorry, Cedric. Appreciate you. And that just leaves the Grim to be dealt with. Now, actually, one thing that we did not do here is... Well, let's go ahead and break his campaign army. What you got? Oh, 15. Oh, he has a catapult as well, so... He had a catapult. That didn't take long. Now he has reason to be even grimmer. Norman sabotage. Norman rogue sabotage your catapults. The mighty siege engines are reduced to piles of scrap. Oh, that's not good. Well, now we can't siege his castle, but we're going to go over here. Oh, and we got a tournament. Okay, this is like the last little mini game. Edmund announces a tournament at Ashby. Knights, nobles, and peasants gather to witness the dangerous spectacle. So I'm not very good at this. I definitely need to practice. But we can joust for fame because he has no land to actually bet. And of course, I'm probably going to lose against one of these guys, especially Wulfric, because he has a jousting of 3. But we can at least deal with him. Now, why is to start jousting, you have to try and aim your lance toward the enemy's shield, and also use the bumpers, the LB and right B bumpers, to stay balanced on your horse. And he's down. Your opponent has no spare land. How about you, Cedric? Much rather lose to fellow countrymen. Like so. Every time I see that, it reminds me of Conqueror 1086, which is an obscure Sierra game that had jousting and a whole bunch of other aspects to it. I love that game. Okay, we're gonna spend time to build our army, and we are going to have... We're just gonna go for overkill here in the best way possible, since we have so much money. Let's do 20 knights. Yeah. 20 knights, 100 soldiers, and let's do, yeah, 5 catapults. Ooh, we had a little... Oh, that's our campaign army. Well, we'll just stand and fight, because it looks like our leadership has gone up from all the battles that we've been fighting. Ferocious attack. And I think that's pretty much it for Edmund. That was like his last offensive oomph. Cool. Now here in December of 1150, we're going to go ahead and build our army. We're going to switch everything over. And, oh wait, no, not build the army. We need to transfer the forces. There we go. I still get those mixed up for some reason. And poor Edmund. I don't think it's going to be a long, arduous siege. It's 10. So let's just go ahead and storm the castle. And we'll bombard. It's just with 5 catapults. And with that dealt with, we didn't even have to ask Robin for help. And England is ours. Wilfred of Ivanhoe is victorious. Final victory. As you defeat the last enemy lord, you return to the palace, escorted by Robin and his men. You commemorate the former fair and beloved ruler, when whispers ripple the crowd. The crown has been found! It was your friend Robin all along. He had stolen the crown and kept it safe until it landed on your head, making you the King of England.
Defeating the last enemy lord, you restore peace to the troubled land. Now it is time to crown a new king.
His facial expression.
The men of Sherwood accompany you to the palace, where a jubilant crowd fills the throne room.
They look jubilant, all right.
An old friend ruled here once with fairness and compassion. Suddenly, excited whispers race through the crowded hall. The crown has been found. Robin has it. He was the thief who took the symbol of power after the king's death. His men have been guarding it in Sherwood Forest, safe from the Normans. Grinning broadly, the noble outlaw turns the crown over to the Archbishop, who begins the ceremony that will make you King of England.
And everyone rejoices. Yay! Robin was going to pawn it off. You know he was going to. And there you go, guys. That was classic mode of Defender of the Crown. As you can probably tell, I've played this a bit. But it's a great game to play. It's just a great throwback with some additional aspects to it. Love the little mini games. And the Kingdom mode, if you like roguelike stuff, it's surprisingly deep. So I recommend if you like kind of classic games, and of course the retro mode is there, please try and give it a play, because I think you'll be surprised. We also have the maiden letters from all the ladies that I have rescued. And provocative pictures that I would have gone nuts for if I saw these when I was a kid playing a video game. Man, how times have changed. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this little playthrough. If you want to check out Defender of the Crown, The Legend Returns yourself, I'll have it in the description of the video below. And if you liked the video, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, comment, that'd be a big help. And I'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.